Hi, how's everyone doing? I am Andy and this is Merlin's Mountain. Thanks so much for looking in to my channel today. In this video we are going to do a 5-card pick a card tarot reading using Tarot in Wonderland, back with the bunnies again, and we'll also use some chakra cards just to go a little bit deeper on what we're picking up with the tarot. So let's get started and have a shuffle. Just while I'm shuffling, if you want a private reading, by the way, guys, my email address is down in the description below this video. It is 35and83@gmail.com, and do hit the subscribe if you like this kind of video, because there are more coming up all the time. Leave me a comment on this one as well. Let me know how you get on with it. But that is all to come. There we go. We've had a shuffle. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards off the top. Okay, let's put the other ones to one side so there's no interference. And we'll go like this. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there are 5. There are actually 5 cards. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that was the last one, so we'll leave that. I pulled 6 out, but what are you going to do about it? Maybe I'll use that as a significator. So card number 1, card number 2, 3, 4, and 5. You pick the one of those that stands out to you the most. I can already see that none of them are inverted, so that's gone rather well. Okay, so before we do anything else, let's start with this card that came out as number 6. I was just going to ignore it, and then I thought, no, that's ridiculous. These cards come out for a reason. So we've got the Queen of Wands here. This is all about getting things done. This is like the fire of action, of really making things happen. She is a very steady character, really, the Queen of Wands. This represents a woman or a feminine energy, which could be a woman or a man. Who knows? Who cares, really? You know, if it's you, you'll know. I'm sure that's the main thing. And she is very secure there. She's got a black cat sitting at her feet, and she's on her throne. She's in a sort of happy place, really. So the divine feminine is indicated there in quite a big way, and also a nice sense of security. This could either be you, and you know, it's letting you know that everything's solid, or it could be someone that you may have turned to for advice, or maybe thinking about turning to for advice in the near future. Again, the most important interpretation on any of these cards in any of my readings is the one you put on it. That's what really matters. So, Queen of Wands there. We're coming from a comfortable place. Things are better than we imagine. That's what I'm going to say about that one. That's what really jumps out of the box at me when I look at it. So, let us turn over card number 1. Here it is. Major Arcana. It is the Devil. It is number 15 there. Wow, so the clock is there, the clock is ticking, it's time to get things done. It's actually bang on midnight, or midday really, I suppose, because it's nice and sunny there. But who knows in the crazy world of Tarot in Wonderland exactly what this means. But it's the Devil card. It is about making a move and getting things done. Sits very nicely coming after the Queen of Wands, in my opinion. We've got the Mad March Hare and the Mad Hatter having a mad tea party with stuff all over the place. Now, in a lot of ways, you could say the party's over. That's not necessarily what we're looking at here, but it is time to move on to the next thing. You know, time is moving on. That's the important thing about this card. The devil is in the detail, they say. And, you know, it's nice and easy to keep things going the way they're going, but it is time to move on. We've got the Queen of Wands there sitting pretty, which goes very well with this card, and we are looking at time to move on. So now I'm going to bring out the chakra reading cards. Here we go, Rachelle Charman's chakra reading deck. This doesn't seem to be a very well-known deck. It was very popular on Amazon when I bought it, and it's been very popular in the readings I'm doing as well. So I hope you're going to enjoy what I find next for you if you picked card number 1. So I'm asking my guides to draw me to a card. Or draw me to draw a card which works with card number 1, and for everyone who picked card number 1. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck right here And we've got self-mastery. Okay, and this is what we're really going to need to move on. Self-mastery, we are into the sacral chakra here with that yellow colour. That is the solar plexus chakra. Yeah, it's the third chakra up from the base chakra. Well, you can see it on the character there on the card. It's the yellow bit. That's the part of you this is drawing attention to. It's about gut feelings in many, many ways. It's got a great deal to do with going with your gut, but you're a lot stronger in going with your gut if you feel that sense of self-mastery. And since we started off with the Significator card, the Queen of Wands, looks like things are in place. Looks like this is reminding you that everything is okay. And with every chakra, if you want to clear it, you visualize it as that color. You visualize it as beautifully excuse me, coughing today. You visualize it as beautifully clean, unlike my throat at the moment, goodness knows. And you give any concerns to the angels, basically, to the higher realms. You give it to them for transmutation, transformation, and to get things moving. So basically the message is, if you pick this card, it's time for action. And you've got what it takes. You've just got to... It's one of those things. You just got to really believe that you've got what it takes. And that is quite hard for a lot of people to do. I know that one gets me very often because self-mastery goes with self-belief. But cleanse that chakra and just, you know, go forward in faith and fearlessly, really, as you move forward from the Devil card there. So that's card number 1. Card number 2 is this one. And it's the Major Arcana again. This time it is the Moon, and it is number 18 in the Major Arcana. Now there is a really good number, 18. Very positive number. A sign that, you know, either things getting better in a spectacular way or something new and amazing coming into your life. So again, coming from the Queen of Wands position, that is a great place to be in. And that's our significator for all these cards. It'll relate to every card we pull out one way or another. So we've got the full moon there. And I am making this video during a waxing moon cycle. So if you're watching now, that's relevant. If you're watching in the future, it's bound to mean something to you, friends. It really is. And what we've got here is the walrus and the carpenter walking along the sea shore, and the carpenter is kind of trying to talk nicely to the lobsters and calm them down. What he doesn't know is once the lobsters have lost their fear, the walrus is going to eat them. So, you know, look out for some bad advice. Look out. The traditional thing they say about this card is there's a danger of being drawn by a false light, or there's a danger of, you know, being drawn by a good light but misunderstanding it. So look a bit deeper into things here. Ask yourself if you're being conned, because the Queen of Wands in this would not be conned, and that is important. But if you pick this card in this reading, I don't think there's too much to worry about, actually, with any of the cards so far. But this is the moon. It's all the energy of the moon. We've got the wolves picked out in stars there, barking at the moon. It's kind of not full daylight, is it, you know, but it's a full moon and you can see where you're going. Now, full moonlight isn't everything it's cracked up to be. It certainly is on a spiritual level. Very, very powerful energy when we're dealing with the full moon. But there are certain things in play, like some burglars and robbers won't go out committing crimes on a full moon. This is because they'll be seen in the moonlight, basically. And so just take that as symbolic of whatever's going on there. Let's have a chakra card to go with this one. Cutting the deck again. Spiritual awakening. There we go. Spiritual awakening. And we are in the crown chakra here. We really are in the business of reaching out with that crown chakra, sending out those spiritual thoughts, actually, and just being aware, again, that we have this capability of making things happen. Okay, this is a wonderful piece of art for sure, but at the same time, it's drawing our attention to something we've all got. You can see the sun there shining from a position which is roughly where the third eye, well, the pituitary is. And the third eye, of course, works with the pituitary gland, and that's what gets the spiritual vision going. So spiritual awakening really is the big key to this, because this leaves us wondering exactly what's going on. Spiritually awakened, is what you're going to be if you pulled this card here. Okay, but it's basically, it's going to be okay, but you're going to have to just have your wits about you. One big problem in spiritual development is being drawn in by the wrong teacher who's maybe got their own agenda, or who maybe turns out just to be not doing it in a way that actually works for you. It's got to work for you. The right teacher will come at the right time, so fear not. Okay, lots of fear not going on so far in this reading, but that's good. Who wants to fear things? I certainly don't. We come, friends, to card number 3, and this one is, it's major arcana all the way so far. We have got the Hanged Man here. Okay, number 12, the Hanged Man, and of course this comes just before number 13, which would have been the Death card if that's what we pulled, but it's number 12. There's still everything to play for. There's no guarantee that it's going to lead you to the death of the old self and the rebirth into your new kind of spiritual existence, but it really can. That's why it's placed this way in the major arcana. So here you are, taking your time. Here you are, not too worried about things. If we look at this the right way up, you can see this guy is not particularly upset or concerned. He's got his slice of toast, and he's got his cup of tea there as well. And I think it's bound to be tea, not coffee, because this is a super English kind of character that we've got in the deck here. But there you go, the Hanged Man. I bet many of you have already understood what that means for you personally. If not, just meditate a little deeper. Just go a little bit further with it, and you'll start to find answers. To pull a chakra card for that one, this time we are actually in the third eye, and we have got life purpose. And basically we've got to get up all those stairs to reach the divine light. And the divine light is shining and beckoning all of us all the time, whether we can see it or not. It's just a matter of tuning in that third eye. And to do that, friends, all you've got to do, find a little bit of quiet time and meditate. Or maybe, look at some art, listen to some music, something that actually arouses you on a spiritual level, something that works for you spiritually. You've got to get up those stairs though to make it happen, and that's the effort that's needed, and that's not going to happen while we are being the Hanged Man. But let's go back to that Significator card again, the Queen of Wands, that relates to all these cards in today's reading. She is settled, she is sorted out, she's not like falsely where she is. She's a person of great experience and has done the work to be where they are. So this is all about, work paying off, really. You might have been waiting some time, hanging around, being the Hanged Man, for that work to actually pay off. But it is going to. And it's all to do with your life purpose. And you'll get so much closer to that, friends. If you just tune in that third chakra, get down from hanging off the tree, get the right way up again, and walk up those steps. It's there for the asking, it's there for the taking. So card number 3, the Hanged Man. And if you picked all 5, that is the centre of this reading. That is what it all hinges on. That is what it's all about. Did I say card 5? I meant card 3. No, if you picked all 5, it's card... Oh, dear. Let's move on. Card number 4, we have got a king this time, and it's the King of Cups. Very much to do with the water signs there. Possibly a lot of emotion has been around here. It's not always that. Things are all at sea, as you can see. The king is kind of rocking about, but he's still nice and steady in his chair. That must be a very good raft or whatever it is that his chair's on, because it's keeping him steady. The clouds don't look too happy in the background, do they? But he's looking at his cup, he's working out, what's in the cup, and again, he's realising he's got the self-mastery to deal with it, because he is the King of Cups, he is the King of Emotions, and it goes rather well with the Queen of Wands, I think. Okay, so I almost don't need the Queen of Wands at this point to tell you that this card is letting you know you've got what it takes to actually achieve what you need to do, what you want to do, to reach out into the world and actually make things happen. So there we go, card number 4, King of Cups. Let's take out chakra card number 4, and I'm going to randomly cut the deck because that's how I roll. Here we go. Rebirth. Hey. It's all about rebirth, this reading. I never know what the theme of a reading is going to be, but one always emerges. Rebirth. Okay, so, does the king need a rebirth? Well, I think he does, because things aren't going too well here. He looks safe enough, but I think he'd rather like to get into a new stretch of life, a new vision of life. And, of course, it goes with this card as well, the Significator, Queen of Wands. Why not rebirth? Why not keep moving? She has reached really the pinnacle of her life, I suppose. She's got everything organised. Where to go next? Maybe you've got to reconstruct yourself. That's the thing. But the King of Cups, well, it's always good when someone makes a king think, when someone speaks truth to power. And that, friends, looks to me like what's going to happen with that one. But don't forget that need to be reborn, We're always giving birth to our ideas into this world, whether we're kind of making a change in direction or whether we're just getting on with things and it doesn't seem like an idea. It's just kind of the way things have gone and we're going with the flow. That's fine. It's all meant to be. Everything happens for a reason and it's all leading us steadily towards rebirth with just about every breath we take in life. And there is the butterfly, that great symbol of rebirth, really, because the butterfly goes through the chrysalis and has to be reborn, even though it was a perfectly successful caterpillar. There's always something that needs to happen, something that needs to change, just because life is change. And if you never have change in your life, you won't be kind of on that journey so much. You'll just be kind of standing still. And that's great if you want to take stock and meditate, like we saw with the Hanged Man earlier in this spread. There is really, very often a purpose in waiting around. It's very good. The main event isn't going to happen for a while, or you need to gather some more energy or something like that. But the flow of life is always going on. Don't let it leave you behind, whatever you do. I do wish this camera wouldn't do that, but it just will. It's this camera. It's the way it rolls. Okay, hopefully it's cool enough now. Only one more tarot card to go, and then a little bit more. This is the final card. If you picked all 5, friends, this is your outcome card. If you picked number 5, this is what it's all about. It's the 4 of Cups, and the turtle is a very miserable looking turtle. Now the camera's focused, you can see he is not a happy turtle. Happy things going on in the background though. There's a nice kind of cheerful dolphin holding up a cup, and of course the turtle character is just really not kind of getting what it's all about. He kind of looks almost like a cow, actually, doesn't he? But he is the turtle in this story, I assure you. We're in the Suit of Cups again, so water sign energy and just that flow of life, I guess. That's what water makes me think of. Emotions, of course, and the flow of life. Flows like an ever-rolling stream, like the hymn said. Time like an ever-rolling stream bears something away. Who knows? But there we go, we're in the tarot now. That's the important thing. So, there are good things going on. You just haven't seen it yet, if this is you. Okay, and this is me very often, I admit it. But, good things are trying to happen. Sometimes you've got to turn around. The turtle's got to turn around to actually see what's going on there, with that cup being proffered by the universe. So, cutting the deck again. Ooh. And we are back in the solar plexus chakra with this one. This is inner strength. So it's the solar plexus chakra. It's around where your diaphragm is, just underneath your lungs. It's the seat of personal power. So inner strength is really where it's at with personal power, if you ask me. When you think about all the people you know who enjoy some kind of power, maybe not much power, maybe a parent figure, something like that, or maybe a world leader. It can be, whatever this card means to you, really. Inner strength is really, really where it's at. And the people who are most secure in their ability to lead and to make new things happen are aware of their own inner strength. And goodness knows we often need all of our inner strength to cope with them. So here we go. Let's match it up with the 4 of Cups, which is card number 5, the final card from the tarot in this reading. There we go. We've got the unhappy turtle whose problems aren't anything like as bad as he thinks they are. And we've got the inner strength, which is going to allow this character to make the breakthrough, to turn round, to see the dolphin lifting the cup, and to understand that the world still has a lot to offer and is still a happy place to be. It doesn't always feel happy, does it? It really, feels very unhappy sometimes, especially at the moment. Every day I put YouTube on to check out the news. That's how I like to get my news, from kind of real people on YouTube who are going through stuff. And scary, really every day for a long time now has been scary. But there's a way forward. We can get through it, We have the self-mastery and we have the inner strength to just go with two of those chakra cards that came up. We'll go back to this one, which was our significator for the whole thing. The Queen of Wands. Very, very practical energy. The Wands is all about getting things done. It's the fire signs, by the way, with the Wands. And she is just not taking any stick off anyone. She is going to keep going because she has got the inner strength. She has got what it really takes to make things happen. And you have as well, dear friend. Every one of us was born into this world in a particular way, and we were made in a particular way by the Creator to be ourselves, to go through life. And if you think, well, I was just put here to be punished because I'm having a horrible life, I'm sorry for you. I've been there. I think we've all been there at one time or another. But the only way is up if you feel like that. Just keep on and moving up. That is the only show in town, really. With that, friends, thank you very much for watching today. I'll be along again soon, hopefully with another live. I'm always looking out for a good window of opportunity in the local 4G Wi-Fi radio waves to try and go live. So I'll be doing that soon. And in any case, I will be back with more videos as we go forward. So as you go forward into your lives, friends, go forward in faith. Hope that's meant something to you today. Think about it. If it hasn't, if it seems like it hasn't meant anything to you, think about it, because there's a message there. Everything happens for a reason. Right down to the fact that you were drawn to look at this channel. Why not be drawn to subscribe to it as well? Hit that subscribe button, helps my algorithm. Drop a like on this one if you've enjoyed it. And just like I said before, please leave me a comment. We'll share the journey. That is what Merlin's Mountain is all about. That's what the magic means. That's what the magic's for. So stay in tune with the magic. Don't let it go. Subscribe to Merlin's Mountain, and I'll see you again in a future video. Take care, friends. Love and light to you. Blessings and peace.